first professional fight is 3 rounds in the featherweight division. Introducing first, Angela Galvan.
126-pound featherweight fighters making their way to the ring for some punchy time. Our first of 4 female fights this evening. On your screen, you're looking at Angela Galvan. Gonna kick it off here for us in the professional fighting division. 4 rounds now instead of 3. And all smiles from the Galvan corner.
Yeah, our first of a couple of female fights this evening. And these ladies never cease to disappoint. And I think we have a new candidate for prettiest trunks. And I would expect nothing less.
Agreed.
And her opponent, fighting out of the Larry H. Miller Nissan on 104th, blue corner, Angelina Hoffschneider.
Angela versus Angelina, and it is Angelina Hoffschneider going to be making her way to the ring now. Let's check out our tail of the tape with Miss Angela Galvan, coming to us younger at 20 years old, a distinct height advantage at 5'6". She comes in, of course, at the 126-pound weight limit. Record of 1 win, 0 losses.
And Miss Hoffschneider coming in at 36 years old, 5'1", so a distinct disadvantage there for her, 126 pounds. Making her pro debut tonight. Lists herself as a boxer, which we've already discussed is a pretty good style to have in these fights.
Ladies and gentlemen, this professional boxing bout is brought to you by Saratoga Casino Blackhawk. Let's meet our fighters. First, fighting out of the Dynamic Mortgage Concepts red corner, from Denver, Colorado, representing TLC Boxing, Angela Galvan. And her opponent, fighting out of the Larry H. Miller Nissan on 104th, blue corner, from Denver, Colorado, representing House of Pain West, Angelina Reggie Cray Hoffschneider.
Okay, ladies, we went over all the rules in the back. Nothing below this bout lines on either one of you. Nothing behind here. Any questions? Let's touch them up. Let's take care of business.
Galvan is on the left of your screen, representing TLC Boxing. She's wearing the gladiator-style trunks, facing off against Hoffschneider. Miss Hoffschneider representing House of Pain, wearing the black and red. Stephen Blea checking for mouthpieces. Everybody's got their safety equipment in place, and here we go, professional boxing for the first time this evening. And interestingly enough, Hoffschneider coming in already 5 inches the shorter of the 2 fighters with a very crouched stance.
Yeah, and I think she's looking to set up some of those power shots. Being the shorter fighter, that's kind of how the tail of the tape has gone tonight. Every one of the shorter fighters has kind of come out in a squatty stance, looking for some big power body shots, but some good head movement. Not a lot of action so far in round number 1.
Well, one thing a lot of people don't talk about is fighters that are shorter, and you know this goes to this squatted stance that we're talking about here. You're basically punching up, and you can get your legs into your punches a whole lot better. If you're a taller fighter and you're punching down, you can't get your leg muscles into it as much other than moving forward. So understanding your body mechanics and using that to your advantage as a shorter fighter is something that can really pay off.
A couple of big shots by both women here. And Hoffschneider's done a good job of parrying a lot of the stuff that's been being thrown at her. Good head movement. Galvan needs to step forward just a little bit more and start working that range of hers.
I agree. Bring your feet with your punches, but still, you know, don't want to cross that gap too much and sort of disavow yourself of that reach advantage. And the corner of Hoffschneider letting her know she needs to close the distance. They're saying, go in, go inside.
Keep that stick going. Stick.
Galvan's trying to set that right hand up, but she's going to need to connect with those jabs. Right now, she's just kind of throwing them out there, and Hoffschneider doesn't have to respect them at all. Once you start worried about getting hit from those jabs, that's when that spot's going to open up. You can rifle the two right down the center.
And there she goes forward again. End of the round.
Be a very difficult round for the judges to score. Not a lot of action, not a lot of punches landed.
Definite bit of a feeling out process. See what advice the corners have for their fighters. But if you're in the corner, what advice do you give Galvan?
If I'm in Galvan's corner, I'm telling her to push forward a little bit more. Use her jab, use that reach, start peppering with the jab, and then come over top with that right hand. Looking at the Larry H. Miller replay here.
And that's the right hand that Galvan was trying to set up the whole time. Clipped Hoffschneider just a little bit there. And I'm liking what Galvan's doing with managing the distance so far. And so if you're in the corner of Hoffschneider, what are you saying right now?
I think I agree with her corner. She's going to have to start pushing forward. I can tell that she wants to counterpunch, but she's not being given the opportunity to counterpunch. So she's going to have to work her way inside and really start landing some damage.
Go out and make your own opportunities, so to speak. Galvan doing a nicer job here in the second round of keeping her guard high and tight. I think she probably was expecting Hoffschneider to come out a little more fast, a little more aggressive, and Galvan had her hands down a little bit loose in round one, and that seems to be taken care of here.
And Hoffschneider's going to have to be a little bit careful right now. She's pawing at those jabs, and a little bit is okay. You can parry, but when you start swinging that hand down, leave yourself real susceptible to a left hook coming right behind it.
Exactly.
Big right hand by Galvan.
Yeah, nice body-head combination there.
And I really like the way Galvan is using her length right now. You can see how far forward that left foot is. So when she lands that jab, as soon as Hoffschneider comes back, all she has to do is lean back at the waist, and she knows she's out of the distance, but she can come right back in because her foot hasn't moved.
Hoffschneider continues to use that low crouching stance, waiting for the distance to close and then try to explode upward with her punches. Crowd's getting into it now. And a big smile out of Galvan, or excuse me, Hoffschneider, my mistake.
There's a good flurry by Hoffschneider, but nothing that she threw really landed cleanly. I'd like to see her just try to load up some of those body shots a little bit more, come over top with a big right hand. Good
big
shot.
right hand, too.
Galvan getting a little bit more comfortable. She's taken a couple of Hoffschneider shots, and I think she's decided that she doesn't need to stay out anymore.
Good end to the round. Nice work by both fighters. They made that exciting. Boy, listen to the crowd getting into this. That's what we like for our pro fighters.
That was a great flurry at the end, too, and I think Galvan took a couple of punches and realized, okay, my chin is good, I'm all right, let's kind of take this fight to Hoffschneider, and Hoffschneider didn't have much of an answer there.
And checking out the Larry H. Miller Nissan off of 104th replay here. You were talking about Hoffschneider pawing at that jab, and you're right, needs to make sure that Galvan doesn't get her timing on that and come over the top, and that's what she was trying to do, but Hoffschneider able to get in with the right hand and make Galvan think about it. All right, get the corner men out, and off for round 3 of 4 we go.
And I think in this round, Hoffschneider's going to have to bite the mouthpiece a little bit and start swinging. I don't ever like to tell a fighter to headhunt, but I think she's down 2 rounds now. She's going to have to pull something big out.
I agree, and Galvan in between rounds just bouncing around, looking like she has limitless energy. So let's see if she starts with maybe trying to pick up the pace a little bit here and just trying to outwork her opponent, just more volume.
Yeah, she threw a nice leaping left hook there, followed by a right hand. It's a good combination, and it's going to land. Hoffschneider's hands are a little bit low. Hoffschneider's doing a really good job of moving her head, but she's not using that movement to set anything up.
Yeah, agreed. She's doing a good job of being evasive with it too, but not coming off, not countering.
Yeah.
Just making sure she doesn't get hurt and then having to reset.
When she takes that, swing off to the right or the left side, I'd like to see her bite that mouthpiece and throw. Just give Galvan something to worry about. Right now, she's got nothing.
Hoffschneider come forward with a strong flurry, Galvan senses that she has Hoffschneider hurt. Oh, and just continuing with the flurry of rights and lefts is Galvan.
She's doing a good job, too, of keeping her chin down a majority of the time. It's real hard as the taller fighter when you're pushing forward to not pop that chin up. And now you can see those double jabs are landing.
And corner of Hoffschneider saying, okay, she's tired now, and I don't think I believe that. Galvan comes forward again and then backs right out. 10-second clacker. Looks like we might get to see a fourth. Oh, and another good end of the round. Both fighters throwing hard. Galvan a little more accurate in the exchanges there.
Yes, she was. It's a really good finish to the round by Galvan. And there comes a point when you're throwing a lot of punches that you do take a step back and you kind of reassess what landed, what didn't. Not necessarily you're tired, just trying to gather your thoughts, figure out what you want to throw next.
Yep, exactly. What's coming up next is what I was going to say. Yes, sir.
Looking at the replay now, looking at that double jab. Both of those jabs landed, and it forces Hoffschneider to move, and that allows that right hand to follow up.
You started saying in round number one, she needs to be real with her jab. She has to make those land if she's going to make it be effective for her. Looks like her coach has probably told her the same thing, because that's what Galvan is doing in order to open up these nice combinations that she's been able to land. And you and I are over in the corner near Hoffschneider, and she seems pretty nonplussed by the whole thing. She's focused. She's listening to her coach. I can see she's hearing what the coach is saying, and she's nodding that she understands. So good job by Hoffschneider keeping herself in the fight here and not letting herself get mentally dejected by the fact that Galvan had a couple of nice flurries.
Galvan coming straight back to the jab and the pressure. A couple of big hooks. Solid jab. Nice flurry to start this fight off.
Boy, Galvan's corner got in her ear, told her to come out strong. My gracious, look at this. It's been about a 27-punch combination.
Well, if there were any doubts about Galvan's cardio, it's gone now.
Boy, that's for certain. And you and I watch a lot of fights, Brent. We talk about it all the time. We love to see people that are in the ring or in the cage just because they love being there. Even in the midst of all this, Hoffschneider with a big old smile on her face. She loves to fight. It's just so apparent. I love that. That's so fantastic.
Yeah, and if you don't love to fight, you're in the wrong sport and the wrong card, because these cards are always fire.
Galvan, I think, doing exactly what you said, assessing what worked, assessing what landed well for her, and deciding what she needs to throw next. And Hoffschneider just kind of needs to step on the gas pedal and start going here.
Yeah, she does. And Galvan's just kind of trying to figure out the timing right now. Hoffschneider's doing a good job of moving and bobbing and weaving back and forth. Just needs to make sure that when she throws, she lands.
Couple of good right hooks come in for Galvan. She set it up with the lefts to the body and then came with right over the top very nicely.
That's kind of been a theme for this card so far. A lot of body shots and a lot of big overhands right after that.
Oh, well done with the right
2,
hand.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 big shots in a row by Galvan.
Great end to the round by Galvan. There's the final bell. And my goodness, what a great end to the round for Galvan. Good job by the TLC boxing fighter. And Hoffschneider just over in her corner, all smiles, loving what she's doing. She's like, hey, I am a professional fighter. Couldn't ask for anything better.
No, you could not. And that was a great fight. Very impressed with Galvan the entire time. Good movement. After that first round, really figured out her range. Everything kind of started landing. Everything was crisp. Good debut. Take that back. Not Galvan's debut. Hoffschneider's debut.
And we're watching Galvan doing some work here, just landing very accurately, doing a nice job keeping her eyes on her opponent, stepping forward, keeping the pressure on. She could sense when she had her opponent hurt and she wasn't going to let her off. So, well done, like I said, by the TLC fighter and from the House of Pain boxer. Boy, thank you for being in there. What a fun fight you made that.
You're not kidding. And this so far has been a good start to this card.
And Big Mo looks like he has the official word.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard. All 3 judges score at 40-36. Declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Angelina Hoffschneider, Galvan!
Congratulations to Miss Galvan, the TLC fighter. We're going to take it over to Bailey Winters for our post-fight interview after we get a word from our sponsors. Of course, our thanks to them, because without the sponsors, these events just don't happen.
I'm here now with your winner, Angela Galvan. Very dominant victory tonight. Are you pretty happy with that performance?
Yeah, really happy.
You were using your jab really well, countering really well. What was the game plan? What were you prepared for?
Just box, and just keep my jab out.
You landed a lot of great flurries. You were attacking very aggressively, but your opponent was pretty tough. She was withstanding it all. Were you surprised by that?
Yeah, I mean, she gave me the work I needed, so I think it was both like a really good job together.
You got a bunch of fans here, I know. Anyone you want to thank tonight?
I want to thank my coach for keeping me motivated, my family for being here and supporting me, and of course the man upstairs. He gave me this opportunity to keep going, so.
Congratulations on a great win. Hope to see you back soon.